Hello and welcome to a Talmud Israeli production. Today we'll review the highlights of this week's course of Daf Yomi study, Masechet Nedarim, pages 19 through 25, Yud Tet through Chaf Hey. 19. Tanya. Hareini Nazir, im yesh bakri hazeh me'akor, v'alachu mitza'o shnignavo she'avad. If a person were to say, behold, I am a Nazir, if this basket contains 100 measures of produce, and what happens? The person then goes to investigate how much produce was in the basket and finds that it was either stolen or lost. And so now he has no way of knowing whether there really was 100 measures of produce in that particular basket. Well, what's the status of this individual? Do they take on the status of a Nazir or no? We really don't know whether the condition was fulfilled. Rabbi Yehuda Matir. Rabbi Yehuda says, this person need not assume the status of a Nazir because we don't know the condition to have been fulfilled. Rabbi Shimon Oser, Rabbi Shimon forbids, meaning he must assume that he has the strictures of a Nazir because the conditions might have been fulfilled. Okay. Chaf 20. Tanya. Misha Nazir ve'avar Naziruto. If a person was a Nazir and violated the terms of his Nazirut, whether by way of having alcohol or having contact with the dead or cutting the hair, whatever it might be, Ein nizkakin lo ad shinhog bo isur kemim shenahag behen heter. We do not do this man a favor of annulling his vow of Nazirism until such time as he abides by the strictures of the Nazir for the same length of time that he had failed to abide by them, where he had been casual, he had been treating it as heter, as being permitted. In other words, he has to make up for lost time before we do him any favors of annulling the whole package. So says Rabbi Yehuda. Amar Rabbi Yossi, when is it true that we require him to behave himself an additional length of time corresponding to the days when he was reckless in his Nazirut? The answer has been Nazirut Mu'etet, when he's only supposed to do a short length of time for the whole term. However, if he was supposed to be a Nazir for a very lengthy period of time, it's enough that he fulfilled the obligations for 30 days. Amar Rav Yosef, since it was said by the sages that we do not annul a vow for such a person, so then a court that does this favor for this individual by annulling his Nazirut before he goes ahead and fulfills the extra days, they've done the wrong thing. And Rav Acha says, Mishamtinale will excommunicate the members of that court for violating this detail of the law. Chaf Aleph 21. You were pestering your friend because you want him to eat in your home. And you say, forbidden is your house that I should enter it. Or a drop of cold water in your home that I should taste. You can enter the guy's house, and you could even drink cold water with him. Because after all, these vows were not intended literally. You really don't care about entering to the home or drinking cold water. The purpose was to have the other guy come and eat a meal with you, a full-fledged meal of eating and drinking. But why should it be the case that we can laugh off the vow of a tipat sonen? The bottom line is he said tipat sonen. The answer is al-mishtayin shihachi, but people say such things and they don't mean it in the literal sense. So therefore we're only going to understand the neder in the way it was truly intended. 22. Chafbet. Amar Rabbi Bar Huna, kol hakoes, anyone who gets angry, afilu shchina chashuva kenegdo, even the divine presence means nothing to him. So this is a warning. If you get very angry, you're going to misbehave. And even if you have religious scruples where you would normally refrain from doing certain things, you're likely to violate those because even the Shekhinah will not be treated seriously in your eyes when anger is overtaking you. Rabbi Yomi that if you are that angry, you'll forget your Talmud learning, and you'll become increasingly foolish on account of that anger. Chaf Gimel 23. If you want that your Nedarim, your vows, for the year ahead, should have no halachic standing, they should be null and void even before you've said them, Yamod b'Rosh Hashanah, then you should get up on Rosh Hashanah and make the following declaration: Yomar kol neder sheni atid lidor, any vow that I'm going to make going forward, yehi batel, shall be null and void. However, this method of moda'ah rabbah, of advanced warning of nullification, only works if you recall that nullification in the moment when you later make the neder. But if you don't recall it, then it doesn't help. We do this effectively on the night of Yom Kippur in the Kol Nidrei prayer, when there are two versions of the Kol Nidrei prayer, but the more popular one that is recited in the Ashkenazic synagogues is Yom Kippurim Zeh, Adom Kippurim Habal Inu L'Tovah. From this Yom Kippur to next Yom Kippur, our vows should be null and void. There was a different version which was Yom Kippurim She'avar, the last Yom Kippur, Adom Kippurim Zeh till this Yom Kippur. So that is backward looking, like Hatarat Nedarim. Our version is forward-looking, which is a moda'ah rabbah, which is to say we're taking out an insurance policy, so to speak, that whatever we say going forward shouldn't count. Chaf Daled, 24. Nidrei Havoy, sort of vanity vows. Amar konam im lo ra'iti b'derech hazeh kol mitzrayim. If a person were to say, this food is forbidden to me, if I am saying an untruth statement in that I claim I saw the number on this road, like the number of people that left Egypt, 600,000 Jews. I saw that vast number on this road. He probably didn't see that number. He saw a few thousand. So the statement is objectively false. It's an exaggeration, but it's false. So should the vow be activated? The answer is no. We laugh it off. We ignore it because a person didn't really mean that. Or I saw a snake the size of tremendous size of a wine press. Nidre Havoi Mutarin. So that's an example of a Nidre Havoi. We don't take them into consideration. Mutar. There is no strictures imposed on account of having said them. They are mutarim. They're permitted. Chafhei, 25. Matzina b'Moshe Rabbeinu. We find with Moses, Keshish Biat Yisrael Barvot Moav, when he adjured the Jewish people at the plains of Moab regarding the observance of the religion, or the observance of the laws of the Torah. He says, I'm not causing you to swear fealty to the law of the Torah on the basis of your understanding of the law of the Torah, which itself might be very flawed and inaccurate. Rather, on my knowledge and on the awareness of God. So basically what Moshe is saying is the obligation of the Jews to observe the laws of Torah is not based upon an oath taken on flawed human understanding, but rather on the content of Judaism as understood correctly by the lawgiver himself, Moses, as given by God. So that is what we have committed ourselves to by way of the Shavua of ancient times. Everyone have a great week.